Hello, Sven. How are you today, my friend? I can't see down the road. I'm just going to pull out. No, there's a restaurant right there. I went over and got me some food. What if I would have? He's the one they call Dr. Feel Good. He's the one to make you feel alright. Westland Gardens Park, baby. How's everyone doing today? Come on, little Volkswagen. He's the one they call Feel Good. Da-da, 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 da-da. How is everyone doing today? It is such a pleasant day. Welcome to Miami, Florida. Welcome to Miami, whatever that girl said. How is everyone? You happy, joy, or you saddy, pory? 'Cause it's a great day to be alive. I know the sun's still shining when I close my eyes. Hard times in the neighborhood, but why can every day feel just this good? Where's the wall the Humpty Dumpty fell off? Humpty Dumpty had a little farm. Yeah, Humpty Dumpty was an egg. He fell off a long time ago. He got ate. You know, there was a bunch of starving soldiers, and Humpty Dumpty fell off. He wasn't a talking egg no more, so they fried him up on an iron skillet. Seasoned him up real nice. And then they sprinkled a little bit of cheese on him, and they went to eating. I can't see the lines in the road. Just got unloaded. We're getting up out of here. Oh, man. There's a lot of changes. What are you saying? Because all his yoke been on the ground. How? Well, because he I mean, some of it got on the ground, but they were so hungry that they got what they could in a skillet and they fried it up and ate it. And then they took a torch and what little got on the ground and they just cooked it with a torch and picked it up off the ground, kind of dusted it off a little bit, and they put it on some light bread. Great question, border jumper. But hey, that's one less cannon you have to worry about. Border jumpers. It's funny. I wonder how Mexico would treat us, or Canada would treat us, if we jumped their border and went into their country. Just curious. Maybe you ought to try it one time, do it live, and be like, hey, we're going to cross into Mexico illegally. Wonder if they'd give me a food stamp card and a cell phone. I wonder. I bet they'd do more than America does. They'd give me a mansion and 1 million pesos and yeah, that's probably what Mexico would do to me. Give me a bunch of stuff. Senor Gunner, welcome to Mexico. Here's a mansion in Tijuana. And here's a food stamp card and a brand new Apple Max iPhone 17. Paid for the rest of your life. Here's a brand new Cadillac Escalade. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he ain't a border jumper. It's just a good name. You know, we're going to have to do an experiment. I'm going to have to go to Mexico, cross illegally, document the process of what Mexico does to me, and then air it out to the Americans that make a big deal about it. And then I'll go to Canada and cross into Canada illegally and see how they treat me. And then I'll be doggone if I ever hear anybody talking about America's borders again. Like, hey, you know, because, you know, those countries, you know, Mexico would probably treat me very badly and I may not survive. Do I ever come through North Carolina? Yeah, I do. I'll be in North Carolina tomorrow. I'll be in South Carolina hopefully this afternoon. Yeah, I go to North Carolina fairly often. Whereabouts you at in North Carolina? I live in Tennessee. I'm a Tennessean. I'm from Tennessee originally. Just recently moved back to my home state a year or so ago. Been gone a long time. Just live in a port city. did have the Canadians kick me out of their country one day. That's been about 10 years ago. They told me not to come back. Said not to come back till 2026, I believe. They got to the Border Patrol, the Canadians got into talking about politics, and more specifically like American politics, and mainly on the border situation. And they would laugh about it because how at the time how some of the Americans were acting about it, like it's so difficult to get into America, and they were laughing about that because they were saying that, but it was easier to get into America than it was to Canada, and nobody was saying anything about how difficult it was to get into Canada. And they thought that was funny. Which I get why they thought it was funny. It's like, yeah, they're making a big deal about it in the country it's easier to get into, and not saying anything about Canada where it's more difficult to get into. I get their humor behind that. Come on, little flatbed, get out of the way. Why are you over here driving like that? Over here in this lane going 60 miles an hour in a 70. I don't understand that. Chad's not saying much. Finn, what's going on? Anybody got anything, any positive news or any wild news that's happened lately? It seems like a lot of people yesterday were telling me that they've had unfortunate passings in their families. That was kind of bizarre because I had a friend of mine that passed away recently, Friday. People pass away all the time, on a daily basis. Never know when your last day will be, your last hour. No idea. But we just rent this life anyway, you know, so don't hold on to anything in this world. You just rent it. That's it. Just rent it. I don't understand why people riding this lane doing 60 and a 70. I don't get that. Like, what in their mind says, oh, I can drive. I know how to drive right. I'll be in the second from the left lane with 10 miles per hour under the speed limit. That's how you do it. That ain't working. That's the way you do it. Money ain't for nothing. They can check for free. I can't believe nobody's got anything to say. We were talking about history on the earlier morning live. My buddy, 40 years old, passed on Sunday. My buddy was 38 and passed away Friday. Right, yeah. Just want to be humble and be nice to people, best you can anyway, because whether you're young or old, you never know when it's going to be your last few minutes on earth. You never know. But you can get like a test done where it's like $600. There's a couple companies that do it, where they'll send you, what is it? I can't really remember. But they'll send you something, you'll put some stuff in it, and then you'll send it back to them. It costs like $600, and they'll go through everything about you, and they can determine where in your life where you're more likely, where if you pass away naturally, like they can guess around the exact age and month you will pass away. Almost to the day. And usually, you know, what causes sickness and all that and passings is deficiencies. Mineral deficiency. My condolences to you and his family, Sam. It never gets easy when we lose people. But I guess in a way, once you see it so much, you've seen things, and you just kind of accept the fact that it's inevitable, and try to move on the best you can. One day our stories will end. One day I'll end, and this channel will be irrelevant. I won't be here no more. You know, just one day. But I wouldn't want to live forever anyway. You know, I wouldn't want to live forever and have to drive this truck. They'll live 1,000 years and have to drive this truck for 1,000 years. Like, are you crazy? Who wants to do that? But maybe within 1,000 years, somewhere down the line, I'd end up being rich, where I'd have people working for me. Surely 1,000 years I could do it. Probably can't do it one lifespan, but oh well, I'm gonna make the best of it. The best I can. Spread positivity and love to people. Because life's already hard. So we might as well spread love and positivity. It's too difficult to be arguing and being upset and aggravated and all that. Life's too hard to be pissed off all the time. Being negative. Yeah, but we're all guilty of being negative from time to time. You know, I think it's just human nature, really. I mean, I don't think anything's perfect for anybody, really. that's what I kind of remind myself of when I get angry or something. I'm like, you know, life's too short to be pissed off, so it's too short, it's too hard, so let's just be happy as much as we possibly can. Try to be happy. Y'all can probably hear it from me a lot. I'm just happy-go-lucky. I just wing it, you know. I just wing it. You know, a lot of greatness has happened just by people that just have been winging it and have no clue what's going on. That's me. I have no idea what's going on. I'm just winging everything. I would never do that, says Finn. I'm not going to pay $600 for something I don't want the answer to. Yeah. Well, see, the thing about doing it is they can tell you, and they can tell you where you can improve to where like you can live beyond that. So basically, Sven, let's say they're saying, okay, well, you're going to pass away at the age of 67, but if you improve this part about yourself, you can live beyond the age of 67. But you know, we can't live forever, but which I think is a good thing. That's my personal opinion. I think it's a good thing that we don't live forever. Can you imagine living for like 1,000 years and what all you would see? Man, talk about being, either you'd be desensitized to a lot of things, you know, 1,000 years of living. Goodness gracious. You'd be like, well, I've seen countless wars, you know, and I've seen countless passing aways, and like you'd be desensitized. You're like, well, so-and-so passed away. Well, yeah, well, so that makes the 500,000 person I've seen pass away. I've been here for 1,000 years, you know. That'd be terrible. Hello, I'm at work, staying busy. Be safe out there. Yeah, yes, sir. Or, oh, Catherine Cotton. Yeah, yes, ma'am. Being as safe as we possibly can. For some reason, we're doing 30 in a 70 right now. I don't understand. You have a wonderful day, Catherine. Thanks for dropping in. I appreciate you, Catherine. We'll be here. Sam says, spot on, Gunny. Better be unalive than cool than alive and uncool. Yeah. Yeah, can you imagine all the things you would go through at 1,000 years? If you lived to be 1,000 or 1,500 years old, 2,000 years old, like goodness gracious. You'd go through so many hardships and so much success. You know, 100 years you'd be rich. And then all of a sudden you'd lose everything and you'd be living under a bridge. Like, man, talk about trauma, son. Well, I was rich for 100 years. Now I'm dirt poor, living under a bridge. Goodness gracious. That would be terrible, man. I mean, just living here as long as we do is hard enough. Like, what, you know, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 years, you know, more or less like 90 tops. If you're, you know, I don't know if I would say lucky or unfortunate. If you live to be 90, I don't know if that's luck or unfortunate. I guess it really depends. You know, I wouldn't care to live to be 90 or 100 as long as I can still depend on myself, where I don't have to depend on somebody to do this and do that for me. I wouldn't care to live to be that old. As long as I can walk and do what I need to do, you know, give myself a bath and wipe my own behind, and I'd be happy. I'd be fine. Oh, how old are you, Gunner? I'm 98, boys. I can still bathe myself. Now, if I couldn't do that, man, you talk about being, me, myself, and I being a miserable old man. That'd be terrible. We're all peeing in the wind, yeah. Well, don't pee into the wind and don't spit into the wind. But that's what Jim, what is his name, said? You don't spit into the wind. Some people claim to know what they're doing, but they really don't. And they're just lucky they got into the right time. Yeah, it really depends. Really depends. Most of us just wing it. Some, you know, there's not really much that we all know, you know, but, you know, when it comes to certain things, we all just feel more or less wing. We know some of it, and we'll just wing the other half. So, you know, because some things don't have an answer. You just gotta wing it. Oh, you meant to say winging it. Will your mind be right at that age? I would think so, Catherine. I think it really depends. You know, like if you end up getting, like, say, dementia or something, like, would you know within your own mind, like, hey, you know what? I think I got dementia. You know what I mean? Like, because I don't think you would really. Like, has anybody ever known someone that had dementia or Alzheimer's and like, hey, you know what? You got Alzheimer's. You know what that is? And they go, yeah, I know. It's when you do this, that, and the other, forget stuff. Because you can see those videos, you know, those people. You know, I remember seeing them when I was a kid. And here, this is Daniel. He's 108 years old today. And then he talks, and they're like, hey, what is the key to living such a long life, Mr. Daniels? And he goes, whiskey and cigars. You know, I don't know. I don't really know. Like Ozzy, you know, how do you live a life like Ozzy Osbourne and, you know, with all the things that he done in his young life, you know how you got a good idea how it was back in the 60s and 70s, especially for rock stars, you know, back in them days. You know, even though I wasn't around, obviously. And just imagine the things that Ozzy done to himself. And he lived as long as he did. You know, Johnny Cash, you know, a lot of people. It's amazing. It's amazing that you can abuse your body to such an extreme for so long and you can still live a long life. It's just, what is that? Is that luck or what? But yeah, if I lived to be 98 or something, yeah, I'd hope my mind would still be there. I hope I wouldn't be like saying, you know, meeting you and saying your name, you're like, hey, Catherine, and then you're like, hey, Gunner, and I go, who are you? That'd be terrible. But I mean, I guess you wouldn't know it though. I don't know. I don't know. It's a lot of luck, and that they're the exception. Same with Keith Richards. Right. I don't know who Keith Richards is. Maybe if I seen his face, I'd know who he is. I'm a lot of, that's how I am with a lot of people. Like, I won't know your name, but I'll know you by looking at you. You know what I mean? Everyone's done that. You see somebody, you're like, hey, I know who that is, but you can't think of their name. Or you don't know their name, but you know who they are. I was at a store the other day, and some guy walked by with a couple of girls, and he passed me, and I was in the clothing department, and he passed, and he went by the rack, and he turned around, and he peeked his head around the corner, and he goes, "Hey, Gunner." I said, "Hey." He goes, "You don't know who I am, do you?" I said, "No, but the only reason I didn't is because, like I told him, I was like, no, not with your Joker makeup on your face and a purple suit." Then he told me who he was. I said, "Oh, hey, what's up?" Hi, Elijah. Oh yeah, he's the guitarist of the Rolling Stones. Oh, okay, yeah. Y'all like the Rolling Stones. I can't get no satisfaction when I'm driving in my car and a man turns on the radio telling, I can't remember the lyrics, telling me about some useless information. But he can't be a man because he doesn't smoke the same cigarettes as me. About how white my shirt can be. I can't get no. Oh yeah. Hippies can. I bet they're not true to their word. I bet they don't allow people to smoke up in their car, in their taxi cab. GunnerFam2017, yo. Oh man, the rope up. You're praying from my family. She is in UVA hospital. Is that UVA? Where's that at? Yeah, I mean, if you're asking me to pray for you and your family, yeah, I absolutely will. You know, I'm one of the prayer warriors. I'll pray for you and your family, absolutely. As a matter of fact, I actually pray for everybody that when I can remember your names, you know, you know, I pray at nighttime before I go to bed, so not every night, but most nights. Because usually I might forget about it or something like that. Or I just pass out, which is rare. But yeah, I'm always sending prayers out individually, not for everyone on YouTube, but I say for like your names out. You know, Sven and that Sven guy, or you know, Catherine and Doug and Samantha. Although I don't know you, but maybe, you know, God knows. He'll know who I'm talking about. like, yeah, he's talking about those people he talks to on his YouTube channel. Like, yes, sir, that's it. I appreciate you coming out and saying that, Sven. You know, it's something you ought to at least, you know, be open-minded about. Maybe look into it yourself and go from there. You know, the Bible says something like, you know, I'm not a preacher by no means, you know, and I do try to practice what I preach. I try not to be a hypocrite, but we're all been a hypocrite somewhere in life. But, you know, it says something along the lines of, if you deny him, you're an antichrist or something. But the Bible makes a lot of sense, man. It does. And another thing is that, you know, 81% of Bible prophecy has came to fruition. That means that there's only 19% of prophecy that has not occurred yet. So if 81% of prophecy has came true, why would anybody think the other 19% wouldn't? And then, you know, science or nobody can convince me that all this happened just out of luck. I mean, we're too intelligent of a species to not have a higher power above us. But, you know, I'm not here to preach my opinion and thoughts on things. We're here to have a good time and be happy, spread love and positivity. This life already is hard. The least we can do is try to help each other out. Push to strive. Because can't nobody break my stride. Ain't nobody gonna slow me down. I'm hammering down. I got to keep on moving. Can you pray for my mom and family? Yeah, we can absolutely pray for your family. Absolutely, Samantha. We will absolutely do that. Why done you for yourself get a relationship with the Father by way of Jesus, my Christ, Holy Spirit, a Redeemer? Absolutely, we have been redeemed, Elijah. We are redeemed. Hallelujah. She was admitted in the hospital yesterday. I'm sorry to hear that, Samantha. I will pray for your family. I would, you know, I mean, you ain't got to, but I would recommend you just pick up your Bible and read some of it. If you can believe, how can you be helped? Cargo religions? No, I ain't. No, I've not heard of the cargo religions. There's a lot of stuff going on in the world, though, especially with Christianity. You know, Muhammad went into a cave in the year 610 AD, and he came out and he said that an angel spoke to him and told him everything that contradicts Christianity, and to do this to Christians and all that, you know, like, how can anybody believe that? You know, they firmly believe they're supposed to unalive Christians. Like, if there is a God, which I believe there is, I don't believe that there's a God that wishes me to harm other people. What kind of God would that be? That must have been a descendant from hell that talked to Muhammad. Because the Quran is wicked. You got people over in Afghanistan and Iraq right now with Sharia law. Some dude just recently married a 6-year-old. Was it 6 or 9? Like, are you kidding me? That is the most hateful religion in existence, is the Quran. But no, I haven't heard of the cargo religion. Elijah said, at all. I'm confused what you're saying there, brother. I am Christian, family, and my family is too. Yes, so are we. We're a Christian too. I mean, I'm not, by no means a saint. You know, which everyone knows that's been following my channel for a while. They know I'm real and I'm honest, and so they But if you're just new here, you don't know that yet. They know I try to do my best, but I am a sinner. I admit I do things I shouldn't do. Sometimes I say things I shouldn't say. I am not innocent by no means, and I don't try to put on a facade to make myself look innocent when I am in fact guilty, and I'm not worthy. But I try, and that's good enough. And I'm getting better every day. I'm getting better every day. So, I mean, you're not supposed to feel pride, but I'm a little, just a teeny tiny bit proud of myself. Very, very little. Not one to boast and brag. Jesus will come back on the Mount of Olives, where he will divide that mountain range. There's a fault line there, and so was it divided from east to west or north to south? I don't remember. And they, years ago, there was an Islam leader or whatever built a wall there at the east gate. Is it the east gate? It blocked it up so that way that Bible prophecy would not come true. But it doesn't matter because it's going to happen, and that's where Jesus will return, is on the Mount of Olives. and he will walk right through that wall that that guy built. Where am I headed today? Right now, I'm currently headed trying to get to South Carolina from Miami, Florida. Halloween doesn't represent anything godly, that's for sure. You know, and a lot of things, a lot of Christians in America, at least, are guilty of paganism. They do things they shouldn't, like celebrate Halloween and celebrate Christmas in the manner in which they celebrate it. And the New Year is not December 31st and January 1st. It's not the New Year. The New Year is April 1st. That is the actual New Year, when everything goes from being dead in winter and transitioning into life in spring. That is the New Year. That's why they call April 1st April Fool's Day. Because you've been fooled, you've been manipulated. So in April 1st, don't say April Fool's Day, say Happy New Year. Because that's the transition into life. Island hopping in World War II, they worshipped a guy called John from and it's rumored to be John from America, and they worship cargo. Okay, well that just sounds weird to me. Worship cargo. I think sometimes people just make up things for attention. You know, there's some places out there in the world, like, you know, tribes and stuff that never have changed. What's that one tribe? Is it in New Guinea? Where they, you know, like they cannibals and stuff. You know, North Korea just arrested a 2-year-old. You can look this up. They arrested the entire family and imprisoned them for life because they found a Bible in their possession. So, North Korean authorities arrested the entire family and imprisoned them for life, including a 2-year-old toddler. But America bad. So yeah, there's a 2-year-old doing a life sentence in North Korea. Right, yeah, it makes sense if you're living there, you were born there, you know, because you would be brought up into it. It would make sense then. But from an outsider looking in, people that are, you know, like first world nations and, you know, that have intelligence, not saying you know, geniuses, but have intelligence, you know, they definitely know better. But somebody out there will go over to that little island you're talking about, and they will bring a Holy Bible, and they will teach them about Jesus Christ. Just like the Bible says that, you know, when the word reaches every nation, that'll be a sign of his return. And it's almost reached every nation. That's a prophecy that's not came to fruition yet, but it is drawing near. Like every nation will know. And then the world will hate you for being a follower of Jesus. You will be persecuted. The world already hates you. If you're a Christian, they hate you. It's amazing. You're hated for believing in something good and godly, and people hate you for it. That's amazing to me. That's what I've always tell people. It's like, it don't matter what you do, good or bad, there's going to be people that love you, and there's going to be people that hate you. It doesn't matter what you do. Yeah, see, that makes sense, you know, that they would think that. They just haven't been educated enough, you know. Imagine if you could survive it, you know, you just appeared out in some isolated forest somewhere with no human interaction, from a baby all the way up to, you know, 27 to 30 years old. And then all of a sudden, you start seeing things like planes, you know, like, oh, what's that? It drops you a bunch of supplies. You've not been educated. You don't know any different. But somebody will work their way into that island you're talking about, Sven, and they'll start educating. Well, they'll try to, because, you know, there's those islands, that tribe that doesn't allow outsiders. And when they have unalived them and ate them. And, you know, I guess it's all they know. I don't know. Yeah, that makes sense. It's Congress Avenue. I'd love to see those people when that cargo fell down there. from a plane, and then they go scatter to look at it, and they find out what it is, and they got, you know, like ice cream, pizza. Got them a bunch of bottles of whiskey and stuff. It'll be a sight to see. Feral people. Believe in ghosts, Finn? You ever seen anything? You ever heard anything? At least if you haven't seen anything, have you ever heard something? Hey, Blue Boat, how are you, buddy? Japanese officers, what was that? He replied when he found out the Americans had ships filled with ice cream. Yep, everybody surrendered then. The Americans got ice cream on their ships. Let's go get it. Do not believe in ghosts. Okay. I'm alright, Blue Boat. I was just asking the simple questions, Finn, it was all. Just wondering if you did or didn't. How's everything going for you, Blue Boat? You in class today? Yeah, I know, man. I watched some of that game, and something happened where I got busy. I had to do something. I don't remember what it was now. So I didn't get to watch it all, but what I did watch of it, I think Tennessee was winning last time I seen it. Yeah, I knew it would be a good game. I actually did believe that Tennessee was going to win that game, though. But both of them were 6-2, but now Oklahoma's 7-2, and Tennessee's 6-3. Next 3 weeks are super busy, and after that should cool off. Yeah. I got a college graduation I got to go to November 18th. Yeah, I know you just answered. Simple question, simple answer. I myself, I don't know whether I believe or not, because I have seen things that I can't explain. I don't really know what it was, but I kind of like don't believe in ghosts and stuff like that. I believe it's like entities that don't belong. But I've not seen a lot of things. But I have heard some stuff, man. I was at the house, man, and I heard this awful noise right directly behind me. I had no idea what it was. It scared the shit out of me, though. I know that. But I turned around quick, man, and there was nothing there. I don't know what it was. I'd never heard that before. It was the first and last time I've ever heard it. But I know one thing, I don't want to hear it again. I don't scare it. I wasn't really scared, it scared me at that moment because it was right behind me. I didn't see nothing, there wasn't nothing there, and I didn't hear it no more. That's happened to me. That's been about a year ago. We're gonna be Ghostbusters, man. I ain't afraid of no ghosts. Ghostbusters. Sorry, I heard a day before story I heard a day before my grandfather passed. There was 3 knocks. Even the dogs heard it. Yeah, I've heard knocking too. Check the door, no one there. Yep, that's how it goes. Yeah, usually that's mainly what I've heard, here and there throughout my life. Occasionally, very rarely, I hear knocking too. But that day that I was just talking to you about, that was something. It was. I can't explain that sound, but it was directly behind me, and I turned around pretty quick, and there was nothing there. Because I mean, that was like a scary sound, like I can't explain it. I've never heard anything like that before in my life, and I don't know what it was. I have no idea. Like it was like right behind me. That was all it was. That was it. I didn't see nothing. I didn't hear whatever that sound was again. I have no idea. I was in the kitchen. Standing in front of the sink. I don't know what that was. But after I turned around, didn't see nothing. I mean, I wasn't scared. Just the sound that it made was kind of scary. But I still wasn't like really scared. You know what I mean? got the old trusty 90210 piece, you ain't afraid of nothing. Do something like that sometime and stream it, you know, like, hey guys, you know, I heard about this place here was haunted. We're gonna go over there, like, you know, tomorrow. We're gonna check it out for ourselves. Because, you know, you can get online and stuff, you know, you can see people doing stuff like that. You don't know if they've really, like, made, like, had everything set up to, like, something to happen, you know what I mean? You know, if I'd done it, we'd know. I'd be like, guys, this shit is real, man. I don't know what this is. Yeah, well, it's a nice super soaker, blue boat. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna try to. I'll do some research around my neck of the woods. Something, you know, it ain't too far away, an hour or two away. We're gonna go check out the haunted place ourselves, the alleged haunted place. And I'll document it from. It won't even be edited. See, a lot of those dudes that do stuff on YouTube, it's edited. We won't even edit it. We'll be like, hey, we're getting in the car right now. We're going out there. Boom, 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 you know. Get online, find someone that been there and made a video. Like, oh, well, look at all this stuff going on, guys, in this video. We're going to go out there ourselves and try it. Yeah, you can't say the actual term. I know it's ridiculous. They talk about oppression all the time, and see, that's oppression right there. You're being oppressed. I'm not allowed to say certain things either because Google oppresses everybody. What you can find, yeah, you never know. It'd be worth a shot though, right? I'm about to make a YouTube short so I can like mention on there. It's like, hey, does anybody know anywhere around Tennessee, you know, that's allegedly haunted? Because we're gonna go check it out. Or Kentucky and Virginia. Hopefully not too far of a drive for us. We're going to make the journey and go do it ourselves. Then we'll debunk it all. Like, okay guys, this ain't haunted. Those videos you see on YouTube of this place, it's all fake. We win ourselves. Not haunted. here, Blue Boat. We want to look for a haunted place. We're going to go check it out. We're going to live stream it from getting in the car, leaving the house, and going there. Up one of those devices that, you know, where they have it where you hear like a voice talking to them through it. So I need to see how much one of those is and buy it and see if it just talks by itself, you know, like. Could be something designed where it just says words here and there, not even real. Manufactured to say, hi there, I'm over here. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what they call those. This looks like something out of a movie. This is where GTA 6 is going to be based in, down here in Miami, Florida. So I'll buy that game when it comes out so we can go to the places where so I can live stream it. We can go to the places I go deliver to. Hey man, hello. How you doing today, buddy? Say 45 today. But is that the temperature in London? At 4:46 in the afternoon, it's 45 degrees. Y'all get a lot of snow in England? I think you turned 45 today. So today your birthday, man. Hello. It's today your birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Melo. Happy birthday to you. And many more out the door to Mr. Poor on Channel 4. Kells ain't been in today. She was in the live yesterday. She was. Happy birthday, Matthew. Happy birthday, my friend. 45 today. Congratulations. That'd been an amazing present. Well, hopefully she'll jump in. She might jump in soon. It's almost noon, so maybe she'll get a break and she'll see me live and she'll come say happy birthday. Yeah, birthday, Manilo's birthday today. Happy birthday, Manilo. He's the big 4-5 today. That's impressive. You didn't jump in a little earlier because everybody was in here and they could all told you happy birthday, Manilow. I had listened to that guy, what was it, Frank Manilow? I think that was his name, I can't remember. I listened to some of his songs last week. It's a different type of music. It's like a jazzy thing. Say happy birthday to Manilow. He's 45 years young today. Tuesday, November 4th. My son's birthday's this month, 26. He'll be 7. Wow, buddy. 7 years. Man. Love and respect to our friend across the pond over in the UK. I guess nobody wants to send some love to you, Manilow. Everybody's mean, especially Americans. They mean, buddy. Mean. somebody jump on and say happy birthday. I mean, you can't ask anything from anybody, man. They just like, well, you asked and I ain't doing it. It's amazing. It's like anymore, you can't even say thank you without somebody getting offended. That's how far we've come. We have progressed, son. We have progressed so much that women get offended if you hold the door open for them. Man, that's what you call progress. Yeah, when you say thank you and somebody goes, what are you thanking me for, punk? That's progress. Oh yeah, it's nice seeing you too, Blue Bow. Sorry, I didn't see that. Just some exams. Alright. Well, good luck on your exams, brother. And whatnot. I'll catch you another time. Yes, sir, Blue Bow. Roger Dean Chevrolet State. I don't even know who Roger Dean is. Roger Dean. Safe journey. Thank you, Blue Boat. You have a wonderful and safe day, brother. Thanks for dropping in. Yeah, Blue Boat? Yeah, that's just what? That is just society progressing. That's all that is. That's when you be like, well, okay, dude, chill out. Should have just told her, it's like, oh wow, this is society progressing, isn't it? When you hold a door open to being nice to somebody and they get upset, that is progression, ain't it? We're doing great as a society. We're doing so good. Yeah, don't need to deal with that at all, man. That's just terrible. I think some people being miserable is just the way it is. Like, no matter what you do for them, they can't be happy. I think that's a chemical unbalance in their minds. Something's just not right. Yeah, absolutely backwards. Yeah, I agree 100%. Definitely going backwards. That's as if people are saying, oh no, we don't want greatness. No. I don't want to be great. But yeah, I mean, anyone that does that should see a psychiatrist for sure. Like they're definitely off somewhere.